How are we? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Simply Forex. If I sound a little bit like Barry White today, I have a bit of a sore throat and I'm currently eating a strepsil. I say eating, more sucking a strepsil. So if I sound a bit hoarse, you know why, guys. But how are you? Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good trading week. We've got some news coming out during the live stream, so that could be really important, especially for the trade that I'm currently in. I'm currently in pound US dollar. So we'll take a look at that and why we're in this trade. I also had a trade earlier on, Euro Swiss franc, which we took some profit on as well. So we'll take a look at Euro Swiss franc. And then we will answer as many of your questions as we can, guys. So don't be shy. I'm with you for the next 45 minutes or so. So please ask as many questions as you like. Now, I do have to confess I am slightly depressed today because Liverpool lost to Paris Saint-Germain last night on penalties, which is a very cruel way to lose a football game. So Liverpool are out of the Champions League, and this makes me very, very sad. But other than that, I'm okay. I will live, guys. Don't worry. Don't send flowers or cards. You know, I will get over it. So, yeah, there you go. Liverpool are knocked out, but we're still going to win the Premier League. Yeah, let's take a look at that economic calendar, guys, because during this live stream, again, because the clocks went forward or back, I'm not sure in America, we'll start getting some news during the live stream now. Okay, and as you can see, we have got CPI data coming out of the US, guys, right? And obviously this is very, very important. This is all inflation figures, basically. So please remind me just before 1:30 that we have this news coming out. All right, and we will play Guess the News game. I know we haven't played this for a while, so it's very exciting, and I'll explain the rules later on. It's more me playing the game, but I'll explain it anyway. So let's start with a couple of trades that I've already taken today. All right, so day chart, Euro Swiss franc. It was just super bullish, right? We're in a daily uptrend. Super bullish candle. That should be wearing a cape and an S on its chest and a B for super bullish. And all I did, guys, was this, right? We're in an uptrend, super bullish candle. And then on the H4, right, we got a nice bullish candle. I'm going to say that is a bullish candle. I know it's red, but look at the bottom wick. And we got two lots of bullish H1 candles together, right? And all I did, guys, was enter here, put my stop below here, and took some profit up here. I just about a little bit under. Sorry, just eating my strepsil as I'm talking. So got a little bit under 1:1. Very unprofessional eating strepsils while you're doing a live stream. But we got a 1:1. I have closed 80% profit up here. And I'm going to let 20% run. My stop loss is here still, but it only has 20% remaining. So even if it comes out and hits my stop loss, I still make profit on this trade. And if it goes up further, then I make more profit on this trade. All right, so we'll keep an eye on Euro Swiss franc. And the other trade I'm in is pound US dollar. So again, guys, if we look at the day chart, right, it's just a bullish daily candle, right? Okay, and I actually shared this strategy in the VIP Discord, right? All I'm looking to do is take this bullish momentum and take price back to the top of the candle, pretty much. Maybe let some profit run, right? And then all I'm looking for is some bullish candles. So if we look at the H4, it doesn't get much more bullish than that, right? So we're in this H4 right? We're kind of here, guys, right? We're in a H4 uptrend, right? Because we have got this level that's holding, right? We've got higher lows. And also we're at dynamic support on the moving average 20, right? We've got a nice big bullish candle. And all I'm trying to do was take it to the top of this candle here, right? Simple as that, guys. But all of a sudden, right, we have this big bearish candle. Now, part of me is saying, get out of this trade because of this big bearish wick. And another part of me is saying, look at the H4, everything's still bullish, right? Obviously, this candle hasn't finished forming yet. So I'm going to stay in pound US dollar, but what I am going to do is the following. Okay, so if we go back to the hourly, so this is a technique you can use when you know news is coming out, right? So all I'm going to do is my stop loss was down here, right? I entered in here, and this is my take profit up here. Literally missed it by a couple of pips, right? Don't be a dick for a tick. I probably should have taken some profit, right? Especially with news coming out, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? I didn't. But now all I'm going to do is to heavily reduce my risk on this trade is move my stop loss below this last swing low on the H1. So I'll put it in around here. Okay, I've reduced my risk by, if this was my initial trade, right, 25. Yeah, so I've halved my risk, okay, and I'm still looking to take price up to here, okay, and take advantage of the news, basically, right? So that's what we're going to do with pound US dollar. And that's where I'm, guys. And as always, guys, if you want my trade ideas, right, then please come follow our VIP Discord, right? You can see this was my Euro Swiss franc trade that was successful. And you can see I'm in the pound US dollar trade as well, okay? Which was, which we will find out very shortly. All right, guys. So yeah, come join the VIP if you want all of my trade ideas. Right, let's see who's in the house. Let's see what questions we've already got. I am ready for them. Let me finish my Strepsil and have a drink. That's better. I sound less like Barry White. Do you all know who Barry White is? I'm showing my age, but Barry White was the walrus of love, and he was an excellent singer who had a very smooth voice. Check him out. Right, afternoon, Brett, Zuzi, Marky Mark. Okay, Zuzi's got some questions. Brett wants New Zealand yen. We can take a look at that. Carlos. Yes, Carlos. Carlos has said, hello, Tom. I do not know why Nunes took the penalty. He has been very out of shape. Yeah, I think Lucio played a good game, but his replacement didn't make any difference. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so Lucio's been very good, and Nunes missed his penalty, and I hope Liverpool get rid of Nunes. There you go. Carlos, I'm still upset about going out on penalties. Burhan, when does CPI come out? CPI comes out in just over 10 minutes. Okay, and then we got some more questions here from Zuzi. Okay, great. Zuzi, always enjoy your questions. Adriel, hi. So let's take a couple of Zuzi's questions, and then we can start doing some analysis as well, guys. All right. So Zuzi asks here, do you trade every day of the week, or do you focus on specific days where there are clear trends or patterns? So good question, Zuzi. So I what's the right word to use it? So I trade every day of the week, but the markets may not give me a setup, right? So every day in the morning, I do my analysis. And this is my most important hour of my day. It takes me about an hour, a little bit less, right? Where I just go through all the currency pairs, few commodities, some indices, right? And then I have my trades, right? That I want to trade, right? Now, sometimes the market gives me a setup, sometimes it won't, and I can't control that. but I am ready to trade. Okay. So yes, I do trade every day of the week. Sometimes I won't get a setup every day. Sometimes I'll have two setups. Like today, I had two setups, right? And then the second part of the question, or do you focus on specific days where there are clear trends or patterns? So I only trade when there are clear trends or patterns, right? And so should you. You know, when we, on the live stream, guys, when I pick a currency pair and we analyze it together, I only trade pairs that basically everyone's seeing the same trend, right? If I showed you a day chart and you'll be like, right, Tom, that's an uptrend, right? I'll be like, okay, good. I'm seeing the same thing, right? If enough people are seeing an uptrend, enough people will be buying it. So I only trade when there is a clear trend and there's no contradicting information, and it's just clear. There's no ambiguity. This is clearly a buy trade. And then I wait for entries. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I will only trade with clear trends or patterns, and I'm ready to trade every day, but whether the market gives me a setup or not is another thing. I trade when I have a setup, right? I have a clear plan, strategy, not only in terms of the execution or when I buy or sell the trade, but money and risk management and my psychology. I follow those like a trained monkey. A better analogy would be like a robot, right? And yeah, I just take the trades as and when they come. And that's all you can do, guys, right? You can't control when you have a setup. What you can control is following your strategy and trading when you have a setup, right? So just do that. You have a setup, trade it. If you don't, stay out of the market, right? Simple as that, guys. Right, what else are we looking at? So Suzu's got another question here. Are there certain days of the week that you find more favorable or less favorable for trading based on your experience? If so, could you share any insights or strategies you use to identify these days? So it goes back to my point, Susie, right? I'm just waiting for a setup. It doesn't matter if it happens on a Monday morning or a Thursday afternoon, right? I just wait for my setup, trade it like a robot. Now, having said that, I don't really want to be in a trade Friday night, right? You know, by the time the New York Open happens, or maybe a couple of hours into the New York Open, you know, I want to be done and dusted for the week. I don't want to be in any trades, because what you can find on a Friday evening is there's a lot of profit taking, right? So like what I'm doing, yeah, I might be in pound US dollar buy trade, and you just see a big sell-off because people are closing their buy trades, right? So yeah, that's the only time, Friday afternoon, evening, right? And also I'm down the pub. No, I'm only joking. I'm not down the pub all the time, but most days. No, I'm not really. But yeah, that's the only one, Friday afternoons. And also, guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some profit off this pound US dollar trade, right? We got news coming out very shortly. Okay, so I might take some profit off of this trade. Yeah, or I might just move my stop to break even, guys. I'm just in this pound US dollar trade, guys, and obviously we've got some news coming out. I'll give it another few minutes and see what this pound US dollar trade does. Okay. Right, so I'm going to actually take 50% of my trade here, guys, okay? Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so those who are in my VIP Discord, I've just taken 50% off this trade, right? And I'm letting 50% run, guys. Because we have news coming out in 15 minutes, right? I basically entered here, right? I've taken a bit of profit here. I'm in this trade. I've just closed 50%, and I'm basically in a no-lose situation, right? I'll tighten my stop loss up, right? So I'll move my stop loss from here. I might even move it all the way up to here, guys. Right, so just to understand this trade, guys, right? I entered here, right? Let me do this again, right? I entered here on pound US dollar, right? My stop loss was down here. But obviously we've got news coming out very shortly, okay? And I've just taken some profit here. I've taken 50% of this buy trade, okay? Now I'm going to move my stop loss up to basically here. So whatever that distance was, right, is basically covered by this. So even if price on the back of that news comes shooting down, it will be a break-even trade, right? Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, news means that it flies off, okay? I will have a very nice winning trade. Okay, so now I can't lose from this position, guys, all right? I'm going to tighten my, okay, 1.29. Okay, so just tightening up my stop loss here as well. And there you go, guys, right? You can, you know, when you have news coming out, there's ways of managing the news, right? So, yeah, I'll actually do a video on this let me just get rid of this. Right. Okay, guys. So I'm all set up for the news, right? This trade cannot lose, right? If it flies off, great. On the back of that news, if it comes shooting down, I've tightened my stop loss. So there you go, guys. Sorry, just had to look at that. But yeah, it's interesting as how I trade before news comes out. It would be crazy for me not to take some profit, right? You know, if I'm in this kind of profit and I don't take profit and then the news just comes down and takes me out, I would be sick. I would be like, why didn't you take some profit? Okay, so this is how I'm going to trade the news. There you go, guys. That's pound US dollar. That's the trade that I am in. Yeah, and I hope that answers your question, Zuzi. Dank, hey Tom, I used to see sometime 4 hours close is important than 1 hour. What is your take on this? Okay, Dank, so this is a good question as well. I'm enjoying all of your questions today, guys, I must say. And before I answer Dank's question, if I could please ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and please smash the like button right now. Thank you very much. If you could also, guys, please come join our free trading community, right? We have a free Discord channel. You can turn up, speak to like-minded traders, share knowledge and ideas. So please come join the free Discord channel. Also, if you want access to any of our premium trading education, please check out our website, www.simply-forex.com. And also right now, guys, we are going to have a word from our sponsors of today's live stream. Check it out.
Exciting news, Simply Forex has partnered with Blueberry Funded, a proprietary trading firm backed by a world-class award-winning broker, Blueberry Markets. So if you want to increase your trading capital without increasing risk, plus benefit from some of the best spreads in the prop firm industry, then Blueberry Funded is the prop firm for you. Their challenges are innovative and sustainable with regular payouts, and their customer service and cutting-edge technology create a seamless experience. For all of these reasons, you get access to a prop firm that truly understands traders' needs and provides the tools you need for success. Support Simply Forex and take your trading to the next level. Click the link in the description and sign up now.
So there you go, guys. Yeah, great promotion running right now with Blueberry funded. Right, we've got a question here from Dank. Hey Tom, I used to see sometime 4-hour close is important or more important than the 1 hour. What is your take on this? So my take on this is the lower the time frame, the less reliable it is. Okay, so let's imagine you're trading the M15, right? You are going to have a lot of trend changes on the M15, right? In fact, let's have a look at M15 today, right? So in a very short period of time on the M15 chart, right, we're in a downtrend, we're now in an uptrend, okay? Right, and that's happened in a relatively short period of time, okay? Now, you compare that with the H4, right? You know, it's not much has changed, right? It's just in a H4 uptrend, and this is where we're at, right? And then if we compare it with the H1, right? So this was in a downtrend, and now we're in an uptrend. So that's tracked similar to the 15-minute chart. But my point here is on the 15-minute, you're going to have a lot of trend breaks and structure breaks, right? And for that reason, it makes it less reliable. Now, if you trade the daily chart, you are rarely going to get trend or structure breaks. If we look at the day chart, right, we haven't had a structure break, right, since here, right? We just haven't had one, right? So from this level breaking right here, we have not had a trend change since the 20th of January. It's now the 12th of March. So the day chart and the uptrend is just very reliable, right? You just keep following the day trend, which is why I place a lot of emphasis on the day chart, right? This is always my direction. It takes a lot for you to break the daily chart, right? The trend. Whereas if you compare it to the 15-minute, right? In the space of a day, we've gone from a downtrend to an uptrend. So that's the point I would make. The lower the time frame, the less reliable it is. The higher the time frame, the more reliable it is. Okay, you can rely on the trend. Okay, so yeah, that's what I would say with that. And even if it's just a close time frame like H4 and H1, I would put more confidence in H4 trend than I would H1 trend, right? What I really like to see is H4 and H1 pulling in the same direction, right? They're both in the same trend. So yeah, there you go, Dank. Good question. Emin, hello, where can I check news in real time? So that's a paid subscription, really. So, you know, when I was on a trading floor, we had the Squawk, right? And the Squawk is real-time data. It's like a radio. It's like a guy who's based in London, and he's, you know, just as soon as that news is released, he's telling you the news, right? And you can check it out. If you check out Squawk, you will see, you know, loads of providers of that. But usually they are paid subscriptions because it gives you the news in real time. As it's released, someone is announcing it. Whereas if you use a normal economic calendar like this, yeah, like investing.com, you know, it takes a little while for these numbers to load up. It's not instant, yeah, as I'm sure you're all aware. So yeah, you know, yeah, you need to get a Squawk service. Right, well said. Arthur, what % risk do you take on each trade? So Arthur, basically, I'm looking to take 1% risk on each trade. But some of you may know that I use hedging. So I will go up to 3% risk. If my trade becomes hedged, right, I can go up to 3% risk. But to start with, just a normal trade, if you like, I would risk 1%. But yeah, you know, it's a point with that as well, right? So you know, let's say you get 40% profit for the year using 1%, right, as your risk. Now, if you use 2% as your risk, you're now making 80% profit. So just by making a small change to your risk, there is a massive result, right? So you must be wary of that, guys. You know, it depends on, you know, what kind of money it depends on the size of your account and what kind of return you want in financially, right? So yeah, adjust your, I mean, I use 1%, but you can go a little higher, guys, right? But if you're first starting out, just start with very low risk, 1%. But once you become a more experienced trader, you prove that your strategy works, then, you know, you can risk a little more per trade. Even if you risk 1.5%, it will make a massive difference to your bottom line. 2% will make a huge difference, right? But I risk 1%, but it can go up to 3%. Elder, are you a day trader or a swing trader? I am a day trader. To be quite honest with you, Elder, I do not have the patience for swing trading, right? And something that you must, to succeed at trading, you must be very aware of yourself, right? And I know early on that I didn't have the patience for swing trading, right? It was as simple as that. So, but when I started trading, I had a full-time job. So intraday trading wasn't always possible. But the more I traded and understood trading, I knew that intraday trading suited me, and I made time for it, even at work. Been a terrible employee for many years before I started trading. But yeah, day trader. But find something that suits you, that suits your personality, right? That's so important, right? Do you have the patience for swing trading? Would you be more suited to intraday? And then also find things that suit your lifestyle, right? You know, if you're working full time, if you're a full-time worker, you probably can't scalp the 5-minute chart. Yeah, you can't be like, excuse me, boss, just going to go to the toilet again. He'll be like, that's the 12th time today. And you're in the toilet scalping the 5-minute chart, right? It's not, it may suit your personality, but it doesn't suit your lifestyle, right? Because you have full-time work or whatever. So really finding something that suits you is the holy grail of strategy, right? It really is. Hi, Jude. How are you? Luigi, how are you, mate? CJ, their afternoon Tom shocks at Cheltenham yesterday. We get back up and go again today. Right. CJ's at Cheltenham races. I'm assuming you're all suited and booted, CJ. Send us a pic. We'd like to see you all suited and booted. Yeah, and good luck on the GGs. Niraj, right, we've got a minute before news comes out, guys, so we're going to take a quick look at that shortly. But Niraj has got a question here. Hi, Tom. Trying hard to pass Blueberry funded account for the last 3 months. Sometimes it is plus $200 and sometimes minus $200. Now, it's so frustrating, depressing. It has started affecting me badly. So I've been there. Right, no. So first and foremost, but what we'll do is a really good question, right? It's a real question about psychology, and we'll answer that very shortly. We're just going to wait for the news to come out in 30 seconds. So if anyone's got a good joke, meantime, please let me know. I've got a question here from Coach. Which broker do you use? I am using Axie. It's one of our preferred brokers, and we've got some great promotions if you sign up with one of our Axie accounts. So check it out, guys. Yeah, Colin, news, 10 minutes, right? We've got the news coming out very shortly, guys. We're not going to play guess the news. I'm going to keep an eye on pound US dollar. Okay, right. I am in this trade. 1 sec. Okay, guys. So nice, right? This is working nice. Right, and I've just closed the rest of the trade there, guys, right? So yes, very nice trade, guys, there. 1 second. Okay, so let me go back to the live stream. Right, so guys, as I explained to you how I'm going to trade the news, right, it worked out best case scenario, right? I've just taken the rest of the profit at 1.2980, right? Remember my target was up here. So I've managed to take another, 20 odd pips out of the market, just under 20 more pips out of the market, right? So yeah, very nice trade, guys, right? And all that was just planning my trade ahead of the news, right? I took a little bit of profit off the trade to protect myself, left some profit on the trade to run 50%, and it just shot up. And this was best case scenario, right? And it worked out nicely. So pound US dollar, we've made some really nice profit there, guys. Happy bloody days. Right, what else are we looking at? Yeah, so Niraj had a question. So yeah, sometimes you're $200 up, sometimes I'm $200 down. Now it's so frustrating, depressing. It started affecting me badly. Right now, trading will do that. Right, trading especially to start with, is going to be a very emotional journey, right? And what makes trading so emotional and have such an impact on your psychology because it's directly related to money, right? If you make a good decision, you're, as Niraj said, you're up $200. If you make a bad decision, you're down $200, right? Now, that is unlike any other job in the world, right? If you're a, I don't know, a nurse, for example, right? It's not you do more work, it immediately rewards you with money. You do a bad job, it immediately takes money off you. There's no other job like that in the world. And that's what makes trading so difficult from a psychological standpoint, right? Now, you have to disassociate yourself with money. This is something that I really struggle with because all of your life, you have been told that you need money to do this. You must make money to do that. You have to have a job, make money, get money, make money, do this with money, invest this money, right? Your whole life, you've been told this. And it's not true, right? But what you have to do as a trader is completely detach yourself from money, right? All I see this is points, right? And, if I can make 40 points in the market one day, 60 points another, whatever, right? Then I'm going to be doing well financially. But I cannot keep thinking about my P&L, right? So straight away, Niraj, by the fact that you're putting dollar amounts on what's happening to you, you are trading your P&L. And that is the worst thing you can do as a trader, right? I used to do things like I would see psychological levels on my P&L. I'm like, all right, I'm up to 50K. I'll take some profit, or I'm now at 51. I'll take, and why? Yeah, I'm just trading my P&L. So don't think of it in terms of I make money or lose money. Think of it in terms of your performance. Are you performing well? Right? That's how you got to think of it. And that's all you can focus on, right? Be very process focused, not results focused. Okay. Now, easier said than done, but just, the three things you need to worry about are your strategy in terms of your entries, your exits, etc., right? Your money and risk management and your trading emotions. If you manage those three every day, you will be successful at trading, right? Fact, you will be. But everyone is not able to manage those three things every day, right? Now, managing those three things becomes easier over time, right? Because over time, it gives you faith in your strategy. You know over time your strategy is a winning strategy. Regardless if you had 7 losing trades on the trot, you just keep trading your strategy. You know over time it works. Whereas if you don't have that knowledge that it works over time and you had 7 losing trades, chances are you would be an emotional mess, right? And you wouldn't be able to cope with it, right? So, yeah, as long as you know that your strategy works, you have a tight control of your money and risk management, and you don't, risk too much or risk too little. You just set your 1% or 2%, whatever it is, and you're in control of your emotions, which is easier said than done. But by having a very good strategy that covers all eventualities, entries, exits, everything, that is going to help you psychologically. And also, if you can only lose 1% per trade maximum, that will help you psychologically. So strategy and money and risk management will massively help your trading psychology. And it's all interlinked. So I understand it's frustrating, these sways in your P&L, but don't trade your P&L. Just focus on your performance. At the end of the day, Niraj, if you have a plus 200 day or a minus 200 day, it doesn't matter. As long as you can say to yourself, I traded well today. I followed my plan. If you can say that every day, then you will get consistency and you'll start doing well. All right, so I hope that helps. Right, what else we're looking at? CJ's got a question here. Before we look at CJ's question, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button and smash the like button, guys. Please come join our trading community, join the free Discord, and also check out our website as well. And also don't forget, Blueberry funded right now, 25% off any prop challenge you like. Check it out. CJ, Tom, just a management question. Why would you not just move the stop loss to break even, as CPI is mainly a bit of a gamble? Okay, good question, right? So first and foremost, I mean, look at this candle now. I'm so glad I took some profit, right? Look at that candle. Now, first and foremost, it's a mathematical thing, CJ, right? So I took some profit in here, right? Remember, I entered here, my buy, right? Okay, I entered here. I took some profit in here, right? And it was a little bit lower than that, actually, guys, right? Took some profit in here. And therefore, if I take 50% profit at this level, right, then I know a break-even trade is basically that again, right? Okay, so that, I'm so glad I closed this trade. So it's a mathematical thing, right? So if I've closed 50% here and I've moved my stop loss to here, if price comes down and takes me out, it's a break-even trade, right? And I'm happy with that. I haven't lost money, I haven't made money. Okay, now CJ's argument is, why don't I just move my stop loss to break even? Because in this situation, it's too close to price. I would probably have been, although price didn't come down and hit this level, it just shot up. There's a strong chance you might have got whipped out because of spread, right? Spread would have been huge at this level. And chances are it would have taken me out at break even at this level. Okay, so you didn't even give the trade a chance to be successful, right? Or more successful. All right, so that's why I done it in this situation, right? The mathematics meant I was at break even if it went wrong, and I could be very profitable up here if it went well. Okay, moving it to break even, I reckon we would have got taken out with spread. All right, so that's why, CJ, right? And yeah, you know, like I say, I've got a video on this in the VIP Discord, like how to manage trades, like you're in a trade, but you've got big news coming out. And there's a few situations I look at, but each one is its own independent situation, right? So yeah, it's a case by case basis with this. But what I did made sense in terms of I couldn't lose money. I could only make money here. So yeah, a good question, CJ. I hope that helps. Right, guys, have we got any other questions? Don't be shy. We've got a few minutes left, so please leave a comment. Actually, Brett, how can I forget you, Brett? New Zealand yen. Let's take a quick look at New Zealand yen. We're going to do a very quick top-down approach. Now, New Zealand yen, as with pretty much all yen pairs, right, we are at a key support level, right? Fact, right? And at this level, we're starting to see buyers. Fact, okay? If we go to the day chart, you can see this more clearly, right? It got there once. Look at this candle. There's buyers at this level. It got there again. Look at this candle. There's buyers at that level, right? Fact, fact. Now, it doesn't. Now, I would have potentially bought this today back up to here, right? But ultimately, you are in a daily downtrend, right? Are we seeing a double bottom? Quite possibly. But what I really want to see, and really what is the actual pattern for a double bottom, is if we get a break of this level. So let's imagine we get a nice big bullish daily candle, right? That looks like that. If it looks like that, report it to your broker. It shouldn't, right? But if we get a candle that breaks this high, knowing that this is great weekly support, and we've had a daily break, I would be buying New Zealand yen like a nutcase. It's a great setup. It's a fresh daily structure break, and I would be buying New Zealand yen, right? Probably up to here. Now, as it happens, that hasn't happened, right? So this area here becomes a very important level. You've got these last highs, and you've got the moving average 20. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in here, right? You might end up with a very bearish candle. I mean, looking at the indices, yen strength may not be going away, right? And then what you'll end up with is maybe a bit of a range, right? Yeah, you've got these daily sellers, right? You've got these weekly buyers, yeah. And either way, guys, I want a break, right? I just want to see a break of structure, right? Whether it's a break out of here, I start buying it. If it breaks these lows, I start selling it. All right. So we shall see, guys, with New Zealand yen and yen pairs in general. They're all at key support level. Like you look at any yen pair, right? I'm just Aussie dollar yen, day chart. Let's go weekly, right? Important level, right? Holding, CAD-yen. This is all weekly charts, right? Important level. Euro yen, it doesn't matter which one. I mean, Euro yen's flying. Euro is a crazy possessed monster, right? But it was at a really nice level, right? It was in this downtrend. Yeah, got this bullish reaction at support, bullish reaction at support, and it just keeps going, right? I would say we could trade it up to here, right? So, yeah, all yen pairs at interesting levels, and it's really going to be dictated by the indices, right, and flight to safety. If these indices keep dropping, we can expect more yen strength, right? If it has a nice retrace, we can expect some yen weakness. All right, so we need to keep an eye on these indices to make sense of them yen pairs as well. All right, then, guys. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't forget to join me tomorrow for the live stream, same time, 8 a.m. New York EST. Get all your questions ready, guys. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you then.